tips and tricks for finding the best flight deals all around the world, as well as 4 of my favorite websites I use for booking flights. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so tip 1, this is the most important tip, and this is definitely going to save you the most money, and that is to be flexible with the dates and the location, if possible. The more flexible you can be, the better deal you're going to get, and that's pretty much guaranteed. So, and also the time frame in which you are booking the flight. So generally for domestic flights, it's 1 to 3 months in advance, while international flights are from 2 to 8 months in advance. But of course, there's always exceptions. Sometimes there's a great deal that'll just pop up like a few days before the departure date, but generally, to be safe, 2 to 8 months in advance is a pretty good time frame. Okay, and then there's also the, I don't use this one too much, but it's to use a VPN to change your location, because depending on where you are in the world, actually, the flights might be a different price depending on the currency you're paying in. So it can be cheaper, but this is going to require a little more like trial and error to see what works. So I personally don't use this that much. I find that the price differences really aren't like huge. Might be like 30-40 bucks maybe, but it's something to look into if you're really trying to get a great deal. Okay, and then on to the websites I use to book flights. So we'll start with my favorite one, which is Skyscanner, and I'll tell you why Skyscanner is my favorite. Alright, so Skyscanner is great because when you choose your destination, you can choose everywhere, which will pretty much bring up the cheapest flights from anywhere in the world, which is pretty great. And then you can also do flexibility with the dates too. So you can compare flights from the entire month. So let's say we want to leave in, let's say, March. All right, we want a round trip flight to somewhere in March. Let's see what we find. All right, and here we go. We got flights in the US round trip for $33. That is a great deal. Alright, so yeah, we can go to Atlanta, Georgia, Denver, Colorado, Las Vegas, $34. That is quite the steal. Quite the steal. And then we've got, for under $100, we can go to Puerto Rico, Canada, we got Mexico, Jamaica, Colombia, $200 round trip. That is a great deal. These are Iceland, $250, Spain, $260. Yeah, all these under $300. That is incredible. Brazil, Italy. Yeah, we got Greece, $385. So yeah, let's say we want to go to Greece. All right, we can go right to Athens, one stop, $385. All right, and then on to my next favorite site, which is Expedia. And although they typically don't have the cheapest flights, I just love the interface. I love the app, and what's great about Expedia is that usually it'll tell you the luggage allowance that you're allowed to bring. So if it like includes a check bag, includes a carry-on if you have to pay extra, and it'll sometimes even put in the fee you have to pay. But with Skyscanner, I find that a lot of the flights, they're kind of sneaky. They don't include the check bag fee, which can be anywhere from like $50 to $100 even, which is kind of a ripoff. Some of those like low budget airlines are very sneaky with that. But with Expedia, they tend to, include bag prices too, and just the app is great. The app is easy to use. You can check your flight status, check-in is easier. Yeah, can't go wrong with Expedia. So my advice would be check Skyscanner first, see if there's a better deal, then check Expedia, see if you can get that same deal or a similar price deal, and if so, go with Expedia just for the interface, and if not, go with Skyscanner. So yeah, that's my general advice. So let's see what we've got here. So unfortunately with Expedia, you can't choose anywhere. You have to actually choose a destination, but let's just say we want to go to like Tokyo. Let's say we want to go from New York to Tokyo. Okay, and then yeah, we also have to pick specific flight dates. So let's say we want to go March 7th to the 21st. Let's see what we find. Alright, so we've got our cheapest flight, which is $1,120 with a layover in Taipei for 3 hours, which is, yeah, it's a little pricey, but generally around the same. And then let's see what Skyscanner does for those same dates. Let's just compare this here. Okay, so from March 7th to 21st. Alright, so this one, the cheapest flight is, yeah, it's $1,055, and it looks like it's the same flight actually. Yeah, same flight. Same flight, but for whatever reason, this one is what, like almost $100 cheaper. So yeah, I don't know, just the interface is not that great, but you can save almost $100. So that's like what, like a nice sushi meal, a nice sushi dinner in Tokyo. So alright, so the next best website is Google Flights. Google Flights is pretty cool because it just opens up Google Maps and you can actually just see the prices for where you want to go. And for dates, yeah, you can also be flexible. You can choose like a 1-week trip in the next 6 months, maybe a 2-week trip within the next 6 months. So this you can actually do 6 months at a time, which is nice. So let's see, where can we go? We can go from New York to Paris for $330. Yeah, we got Cape Town, South Africa, $800. India, $675. Pretty good deal. We got Bali, $848. Yeah, Dubai, that's pretty cheap, $589. Let's check that. Alright, so yeah, it's got prices are currently low for your trip. So that's nice. They've got like a flight tracking, price tracking here. They got the stays. And nice, they got this little, of course Google would put in all this data here. We got peak season, off season, popularity, the weather, travel requirements. Yeah, this is very much a Google designed website. But yeah, let's check it out. And then, yeah, Saudi. So you just go there. New York to Dubai, 22 hours. January 29th to February 13th. 2 weeks in Dubai for $585, which is not bad. And this is nice too, because it says the carry-on, 1 free carry-on, 2 free check bags. That's very important, because sometimes it'll catch you off guard when they don't include it, and then you show up and then you suddenly have to pay double now than what you would pay online for a carry-on bag or a check bag. But that's usually with the more budget airlines, especially in domestic flights. That's very common. All right, and then the final website which I use is called Secret Flying, finding your cheapest flight deals online. And this is good if you're like super flexible, because this will just show up like sort of the air flights or the like extremely cheap flights that are very rare, and they'll just show up on the website here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I book my flights. That's how I find the best deals. And basically it comes down to be flexible, check all the websites, compare, and book the flights in the right time frame and at the right time of the year. I tend to find that during the vacation periods, like winter break, summer break, spring break, flights tend to be more expensive during those periods. So if you can book like August to November, tends to be really cheap. And usually around February is very cheap. So also the day you book, it seems like weekdays tend to show cheaper flights than weekends. So today is a Sunday, so maybe they're a little more expensive, but if you check back during the week, sometimes you'll find that the flights will be cheaper. So, all right. So I hope you enjoyed these travel tips. Good luck on your journey.